Alright, so we are going in with mono red aggro. I've been running this deck for a little while. Been making changes here and there. I just added in the 4 copies of Sticky Fingers. I was getting like in the higher ranks, more like in the platinum ranks, not exactly high, but within standard. And I started seeing Sticky Fingers pop up in a lot of those mono reds, which I hadn't seen in other builds that I was hitting at the lower ranks. So I gave it a shot, and it's great. I love it. Giving menace to a little hasty boy, making it so that one creature can't block a monastery swift spear. It's great, and then you get to pile up some treasure tokens. The problem I ran into then is I had all of this mana mid game. Couldn't really draw what I needed to, even with the 3 copies of Big Score. I didn't have a bomb that I could drop to answer any type of bomb my opponent had. I didn't have any type of game finisher. So, I had to bust out a couple of mythic wild cards to put in a Shivan Devastator, but we'll see if it's worth it. I haven't really tested this exact build yet. I just added in the Devastators, but I got the 4 copies of Swift Spear and Phoenix Chick just as 1-drop Hasty Boys, 3 copies of Kessig Flame Breather just to get that, like extra cheap damage off of the burn spells in here. 4 copies of Reckless Stormseeker just as a 3-drop. It's great. You always want to hit a Stormseeker turn 3. And then the 2 copies of Devastator that I just added in. In addition to that, just a lot of cheap burn spells that are going to activate Monastery Swift Spear's prowess. So 4 copies of Kumano Phases Kakuzan, 4 Play with Fire, 4 of the Sticky Fingers I already talked about, 4 Lightning Strike just as removal for most of what my opponent's going to be playing early game. A couple copies of Obliterating Bolt for Sheoldred. When Shelly hits the field, you got to get rid of her. So, I'm kind of back and forth on the Mechanized Warfare. I used to have 3 copies in here. I drop one of them in order to make room for the Devastator. We'll see how that goes. I wasn't getting it at the right times, I guess. I would put it into play and then not be able to draw anything. Or, like adding 1 damage to a Lightning Strike doesn't benefit me a whole lot when I'm just wanting to deal 3 damage anyway. So, Mechanized Warfare is maybe not going to be a mainstay here in this build, but we'll see. Let's jump into Standard and see what we got going on. Jump in with some mono red here. And I accidentally went in as ranked, so this is going to be a real test of where I'm at with this deck. That's fine. I don't care deranking. I can always build that back up later. Cannot read the opponent's name. That's fine. One thing about this mono red aggro is most of the time you get a decent open hand as long as you've got a couple of red sources and a couple of 1-drops, you're good to go. Well, we have the Devastator right out the front here. Be able to swing straight in with Phoenix Chick. Puts them back down at 20. Okay, they're going for Pious Apprentice. I can't. Could Lightning Strike. I kind of want to hold off on that, though. Just to see what else they're going to play. I don't mind letting them gain back a couple of life by swinging in with Apprentice. Can already tell with this deck, I'm probably going to have to look out for a Wandering Emperor. And that maybe makes me want to hang on to some of my burn, too. No blocks. Puts them back at 22. Let's... What's the best route here? That's another thing about mono red aggro is when you've got 3 mana on the board, In a hand like this, it's more of just, you know, like, what exactly do I want to be doing here? Huh. I'm just gonna go Storm Seeker. That seems like the safest bet. Not really liking the direction this match is going so far, but we'll play it out. Swing in with Storm Seeker. Kind of curious to see if they would actually go for that block, and they did. That's fine. It's not like I'm really going to be stopping anything they're swinging at me anyway. Wedding announcement. Not really seeing wedding announcement as much as I was like a month or two ago. Usually it was every single deck, every single match. That's all was swinging in. Or not swinging in, but that's all that was hitting the field was wedding announcement. That was the go-to enchantment. I think since then I've cut it from my enchantment deck too. I was running green white enchantments, and wedding announcement just wasn't doing what I wanted it to in that deck. It was just basically making blockers. But okay. Where do we go from here? I say just go ahead for the Devastator. It's gonna be a 3/3. Which is not ideal. But I gotta do something here, and the burn I have in hand isn't going to go very far, especially against Rafine. There's the Shelly. Okay, what else are they going to do? There we go. Oh, yeah, this did not go well. I got enough to get Sheoldred off the field, but at the rate they're gaining life, I really should have taken Apprentice off the board early on. Yeah. So, let's get rid of this Sheoldred. I at least put them below 30. What do you know? Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, we'll swing in with that. We'll put them down to 21 and say good game. Oh no, my gold's here, right? Yeah, let's try hopping into standard, but not ranked, with the deck. There we go. We'll see if we can get a bit better matchup here, because in ranked, once you get up to like gold and platinum tier, all you see is the same deck over and over again. You know that turn 4 is going to be a Sheoldred drop. You know that turn 4 or 5 you have to be careful what you're swinging in, because Wandering Emperor is going to come in. It's not very fun. Standard isn't very diverse right now. Hopefully all will be one. Changes it up a little bit, and it's looking like it will with as many new archetypes as it's introducing. There's at least a lot to play test with. Oh yeah, let's get a Sticky Fingers on here. It's going to activate Prowess, give it Menace, and then I'm going to get a treasure token from it. that's more of the kind of start you want to see with this deck. I have to remind myself of what Bitter Reunion does besides the ETB. Oh, okay. Got some hasty stuff to it. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the Mechanized Warfare into play. Swing in with Swift Spear again, get another treasure token. We'll save some of these 1-drops for a little later. Alright. Kimono versus Caucason to get the prowess again. Hey, and they scoop. Okay. So that's more in line of what we're looking for in getting this deck off the ground and running. Yeah, whoever started introducing Sticky Fingers to Mono Red, I commend them there, because that is a wonderful addition. Just getting those treasure tokens so you can ramp up a little bit. Still haven't gotten the opportunity to kind of ramp treasure tokens into a large Devastator drop. But I'm guessing most of the time with Shivan Devastator that it's going to be more of like a 3-3 or 4-4 whenever it's coming in. I don't know how to feel about this. I think I'm going to mulligan there. That's better. That's that's more playable. We'll put back. We'll actually put back a mountain. Pretty confident we can draw another mountain by turn 3. A lot of the times, all you really need with this deck is 4 mana. Because it's more about just dealing chip damage turn after turn than really, dropping any bombs or anything. Let's go ahead and get the Flame Breather out. Ping for another 1 with Swift Spear. Okay. Trying to figure out exactly what they're running over there. We did not draw another mountain before turn 3. We'll get this thing out of the way. So it's also going to trigger Swift Spear and Flame Breather's abilities. And we'll swing him for 3. Hanging in there with the 2 mountains. And we'll go in Phoenix Chick. Get this Overseer out of the way. Get our activated abilities going. Swing him for 4. So far, so good, but they're really outpacing me with mana over there. Yeah, there we go. Not a whole lot I can do. Because I'm going to run my hand dry here. Do I swing in? That's gonna be a no, sadly. There's no point risking my Swift Spear. There's no point just dumping Phoenix Chick. Maybe I shouldn't have got rid of that mountain. Top draw. Okay. Top draw Sticky Fingers. My 2 enchantments over here aren't going to get their way from anything here. Let's put Sticky Fingers on. Swift Spear. and just hold out for now. That's all I can really do. They're just going to keep adding creatures, though. This is kind of what I meant earlier when I was saying that this deck just flat out runs out of options at one point. Around like turn 6, where you've done a bunch of chips and pings to your opponent's life, but in the meantime they're bulking up their side of the field to the point where your red weenies can't do a lot. Still just gonna hang on here until they attack. I don't know why they haven't been. It is surprising they have that many cards in their... Yeah, okay. Never mind. I was going to say that many cards in their hand without any removal, but there comes the removal. And then there's the Shelly. Ugh. I don't have a card to discard for big score. It's just going to be a pass. Okay, they are loaded down now. They're gaining a ton of life. I don't have an answer. That's gonna be... Actually, you know what? Let's good game before we roll out of here. And as sick as I am of seeing Sheoldred, I don't think it's a bannable card. I know that's kind of what the community keeps saying. Like, ban Sheoldred. Sheoldred's not the problem with mono black. If you're going to ban anything, Invoke Despair needs to go. Invoke Despair's doing everything that Meathook Massacre got banned for, basically. That's the card I get sick of seeing. At least with Sheoldred, you can kill it. You know you're going to see it on turn 4. Try to have something in hand that, this whole format's based around removal. What do we have here? Only 1 mana. Let's go for another one. That's better. Let's save the Devastator for later in the game. I mean, I don't have my 1-drop. There it is. Never mind. Yes, I do. That was a good top draw. We'll swing in with Phoenix Chick. Ping them for 1, put them back down to 20. A Blood Tithe Harvester. Ugh. Okay. That's alright. We'll go in with Swift Spear. Play with fire to remove the Harvester. Swing in with 3. And see what they do. They're going to take the 2 life to get rid of the Swift Spear. Stormseeker. They honestly should have held on to that Infernal Grasp for Stormseeker, but how would they know? They've probably got a lot more removal in hand over there. Yep. Okay. Still taking them down to 9, though. Ooh. Nice top draw on my side once again. They did not get their land drop. Yeah. Not a whole lot they can do over there. I did have fun. Thanks for asking, MTG Arena. Let's see what else Standard Play has for us today. Really haven't gotten to do what I wanted to do with this deck so far, which is get a bunch of treasure tokens off Sticky Fingers and then drop a big old Shivan Devastator, but maybe that's just not in the cards. Alright. That's a decent hand. I'll stick with that. Got even better. What do we? Let's go with Phoenix Chick first, just in case they've got like a cut down. Phoenix Chick can always come back from the yard if we need it to. Interesting. Interesting. Going with this. And give it Menace with Sticky Fingers. Also bump it up to a 2/3. And swing in with 3. Got my treasure token off of that. What do they got over there? Okay, they're going in with the Flesh Gorger, which also has Menace. What do I want to go for here? Do I go with Mechanized Warfare and activate Prowess, or do I go with Stormseeker? Would that be stupid, though, just to get rid of the Flesh Gorger? We'll go Mechanized Warfare first. Yeah, sure. Might as well go ahead and get it in. Swing for 4. Another treasure token. Which might be relevant if I draw another land. There's the Sheoldred. They're going to gain life back. Ugh. Man. Pretty creature heavy this game. I should have given that +1 to Swift Spear. That's okay. I think it's funny too that no matter what the matchup is, people never swing with Sheoldred. Like, I'm running mono red. You know I don't have a Wandering Emperor. Another Flesh Scourger. Not looking good. Okay, well, they're actually swinging with a... yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Coward. And they are up. I'll swing in and do 4. That's the best I've got here. Oh, yeah. Let's just go ahead and good game. I goofed up. Let's get out of here. And that's usually the downfall of mono red too. Anytime I'm playing against it, I know is if I can make it to turn 5, I've pretty much got it. I'm not really running the hyper competitive optimized version. I'm really just running the fun version, the kind of the budget version until I dropped in those 2 Devastators. Are there any other rares in this build? I don't remember. Can't keep track of rarity. Let's go ahead with this one. See what we can do. Padre Magia? We'll say hello. Hello! That is a suspicious untapped Plains. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see. Well, we'll start getting treasure tokens off of this Phoenix chick. I'm going to hold off on anything else. We might actually be able to do it this time. We might actually be able to pile up some treasure tokens. Ugh. Ooh, that's a tough one to see. Nope. Gonna have to go ahead and use up that treasure token. I don't want the Thalia sitting over there. That's gonna mess up the rest of my groove. God, I don't want to put in Devastator yet either. At least maybe holding all this in my hand makes them think I've got some more burn or removal than I actually do. That's right, Charles. I don't know if you could hear that. Charles the fuzzy black cat is over here. Oh, my sticky fingers is gonna go away. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, because of the order there. Uh, I don't. I kind of need to though. Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. I'm still gonna hold off. Well, yeah, I'm gonna hold off for one more turn, and then I'm gonna decide: do I discard whatever I top draw for the big score, or actually, no, let's. No, I'm still gonna hold on. I want to see what I top draw. It could be a land. If it is, then I'm going Devastator. If it's something I don't care about, I'll discard the Devastator with big score. Yes, let's. That's probably a bad move. It's a land. We're going Devastator. We can tap. Oh, let's see. 4, 6. And they can't do anything. They're tapped out. Auto pay. We did it. We did it, everyone. We dropped in a kind of big creature. And, oh, you bitch. Well, at least we got in that 6 damage already. And if I get rid of the Cathar, this is going to come back as a 0/0. So there's really no point in trying to get it back. I'll take the 3. Let's see. This is the thing giving them a +1/+1. So let's get rid of that. We'll get another treasure token. See where they go from here. So I'm trying to think with this soldiers deck, what types of bombs they have. I mean, they have the mana to play the Valiant Veteran back down. The Thalia is probably a smart move on their part. Okay, they had a lower cost Veteran in hand anyway. Just not looking good next turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and big score. That's not doing me any good. I've got enough to get the mechanized warfare in there, but I mean, that's adding 1 damage to what I'm doing every turn, and I'm gonna lose next turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they've got what they need. That was unnecessary, but they're gonna play it out. They're looking through their options. I've got 1 free mana over here that they gotta look out for. Good game. You swinging? Yeah, there we go. Well, we did the one thing I set out to do, and I think that's enough. We got one win out of four or five, and that was pretty early on. Mono red is not built for longevity. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's enough of mono red today. I need to look at some more developed, like actual competitive mono red aggro and see what other people are doing differently since I've moved beyond the budget version. But if anyone's got some suggestions, chuck them down in the comments.